Oh shit! What the? Whoa! What the fuck? A fucking earthquake! What the fuck is going on? What the fuck are you doing?
It's caught on something.
Holy shit! What the fuck? What? Man, this could be used for like earthquake safety video. What the fuck? It doesn't matter how many times I see it. When I see the two faces and the music, I can't get over it.
I agree. It's
professional
absolutely fantastic. Thanks, bud.
And we walk all over each other nonstop. But it almost makes me, because like, you know, we could get a new intro at this point.
We could
with like footage and
Something.
clips. It's just, I don't know. I watched that and I don't know. It really gets me going. But
It just turns me on, me, Gene. And I felt
today I'm Father I Thought I Told You.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, professional wrestler Chris Wylde. Boom. And you're Zac The Ripper Comics. Rip. Let's start calling you Rip. What's up, Rip?
What was his gimmick?
I'm talking about Rip from Yellowstone.
I don't watch that.
You don't. Oh man.
Everybody tells me to. My mother's obsessed with it. I don't.
It's great.
I don't watch it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Hmm.
So
we're not here to talk about that, though, my friend.
No, not Yellowstone. Not Yellowstone. We're here to talk about something far greater. We're here to talk about college, and I don't mean going to college. I'm talking about episode 5 of Sopranos College. But before I get to that, I want to do what we always do here. I'm going to shoot the shit a little bit, do a little bit of housekeeping.
Absolutely,
I've got good housekeeping, and I got to know what's been going on in the world of Zac The Ripper Comics recently. Because look, again, it's been 10 years since we did our last episode.
Yes,
so
correct. Remember, you said next week at the end of the last one. I was like, no, next episode. Yeah. What's been going on, man? It's been very busy, you know. I healing and reeling from this back surgery that I had last May on my spine. And on top of that, you know, I made an appearance at the last DCW show, DCWProWrestling.com. And they have another show coming up in the state of Delaware. And I thought, maybe that's something I'd like to bash or crash, as it is appropriately named Jingle Bash. So who knows, December 11th, maybe you'll find me there. ZacTheRipper.com, producing content from all around entertainment avenues, comic books, video games, professional wrestling, and Sopranos.
And you're getting it all. Oh man, look, the life of Chris Wylde is something that I feel like there should be a camera around me at all times.
There should,
obviously,
especially when you're naked.
No, maybe not that, but maybe not that. But but we talk about wrestling. You know, I whooped Adam Chandler's ass a week ago at 1CW.
I have never seen such a one-sided contest. As I saw
it was
that match. You beat the shit out of him.
You know, I had to get my shit in, brother. And then other than that, just my reckless personal life that I fucking the waves that I ride. And we're talking about last night. Yeah,
real quick. Let me just shout out Adam Chandler. That was a phenomenal match. Please check out somewhere on YouTube, Chris Wylde versus Adam Chandler, the Alpha Dog. Adam Chandler's a great dude, a phenomenal wrestler, and I hope he's not on his last run, as he should have a lot more left in him.
Yeah, he's a big guy, man. Big guy. Tough son of a bitch, that's for sure.
And he's talented.
Very, but and he
doesn't know how to dress though. But that's a story for another time.
I've only seen him in gym clothes. That's it.
I mean, that's the problem, right?
I guess. I mean,
Jim who?
You know, Jim Halpert clothes.
Oh,
it's funny that we talk about wrestling, because like wrestling to us. People don't understand. Like, it's easy for us to use the F word. Like when it comes to wrestling, like we can do that. Like we're allowed to do that.
What?
Because
this is 2021. I'm not sure which F word we're talking about anymore.
I'm talking about the fake thing. When we sometimes we joke around, like we'll get upset about something wrestling, and we're like, you know what? It's all fake bullshit anyway. It's fake bullshit. Our lives are fake. But then when somebody else says it, when somebody else uses that word, we get a little testy. And it happened to me last night. I was out.
It's still real to me, damn it! I mean, thank you.
Easy, man.
Thank y'all guys.
Drinking, being Chris Wylde, and somebody, a random idiot, came up and said, "Oh, you're one of those fake pro wrestlers." And I bring this up because I used the famous Tony Soprano line. And as I took my earring out and this fucking awesome necklace and my little wrist gimmick, I took it off.
Mr. Softy, bring me a treat. Bring me a treat.
Bring me a treat.
But as I took all that off,
something that's green and cushy and I can eat. Mr. Softy.
Just made that up. He just made it up, ladies and gentlemen. They book him for parties.
Book me for parties. Book me on Cameo.mydick.
Christmas is coming up.
Christmas is coming up. Look, these are things you need done in your lives that you don't have the time to do. So hire me. I'll sing, I'll dance, I'll do anything you could train a monkey to do, and I'll do it better than a monkey. And I'm proud of that.
It's a good. I'm proud of you for that. And you know what? Like just to finish this story off. I look at this guy and I go, "What the fuck you just say?"
Mm-hmm.
And it obviously, me being 5'6.5", I felt like I was 8 feet tall. And it ended peacefully, but it just brings us to this episode of The Sopranos, and this episode, College, which was directed by Mr. James Manos Jr., that's who wrote and co-produced it. David Chase was involved with that as well. Alan Coulter, who's done a ton of these episodes. They made this entire episode basically about Tony Soprano. Like it's one of the only Sopranos episodes that doesn't have 3 different stories. It's got 2. You usually got an A, B, and C story. This had an A and B story, and Tony. There you go. There you go. But Tony really absolutely takes over this episode. Hold on. Let's get the. Go ahead. You got more. You got more in you.
No, you're just talking fast, and that's what it sounded like to me.
12 years old, growing up on Long Island, there was a cerebral palsy fair a few blocks away from my house, and they announced that they would donate $2,000 to cerebral palsy for anyone that broke a Guinness record. So at first I wanted to ride the roller coaster at Coney Island, so I called Coney Island, and they said, "Hey kid, take a hike at 12 years old. We're not going to let you strap yourself into the cyclone for 2 weeks straight." So I went home and I started flipping through the book and decided I wasn't going to eat a car, swallow lead pipes. So the next best thing was to lock myself in a room and teach myself how to do the fast talking.
This is like Todd Pettengill.
I don't know if he did. Ladies and gentlemen, next episode, Todd Pettengill joins us on the Sopran'Bros.
Todd, if you're out there, I dare you to come on here.
Oh, wow. Damn.
And have a staring contest with me.
It's not a bad. We'll do it. Sopran'Bros staring contest.
Have I ever had a staring contest? Yeah. Have I ever won? No.
No.
Does this have anything to do with Sopranos, wrestling, or Todd Pettengill? Absolutely not. But if he's a fucking man, he'll do it.
Right, because it works.
Just
Unlike
saying.
Todd Pettengill, he's unemployed.
Come on, Todd. You got to at least, you're going to let him say that?
So, what do you think Todd Pettengill was doing on February 7th, 1999?
Hashtag I love you, Todd. In 1999?
February 7th.
He was unemployed, my friend. Michael Cole had taken that job from him.
He was boozing and losing.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. Well, February 7th was the date of this episode, College. And this was an Emmy-nominated episode. Edie Falco won an Emmy for this. I got to be honest, right off the top, I wasn't impressed with this episode. Am I the only one?
No.
I was not. This was not an enjoyable episode for me.
No, I agree. So I enjoyed it in the fact that I was watching The Sopranos and it had my characters and stuff. However, I think last week we gave our review scores up front. If you want me to hold off, I can. My review score is not as positive as last week's episode. I will say that.
Yeah. Let's hold it. That's what she said. Let's
hold this dick.
Okay. Well, you want to dig right into this? You want to get right into this deep dive that we're going to.
Yeah, the first thing I need to say is that right off the bat, her fucking top is stupid and her whole outfit is stupid.
You talking about Meadow?
Yeah. Looked like she had pajamas on top of fucking bell bottoms.
Was that the 90s? Was that the late 90s or no?
I don't remember that being a thing. If you look her outfit up, I do not remember that being a thing. Who knows?
Google.
I mean, when is the last time I set the trend? What am I wearing? I have a Nike hoodie on. Does anybody wear Nike?
The Nike hoodie, the backward hat, the Yo MTV Zax.
MTV Zax.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yo, it's MTV Zax. What's up, buddy?
So we're talking about this outfit that she had in the first scene, which was her and Tony outside of this college. And they're pretending like this was filmed in Maine. It wasn't. It was filmed in Jersey, but the college it's supposed to be Maine where they are. Carmela's sick. She couldn't come. Imagine that. Carmela couldn't come. I didn't mean that in the way it sounds. Not at all. But anyway, she's at home. Tony's with Meadow, and here we are.
Man, when
Meadow
they
says
get out of the car, did you see how fast the biker was that flew behind them?
No, it's not. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Dude, my note is, goddamn, how fast was that biker? What the fuck, laughing my ass off. You got to go back. Like, when they get out of the car, they're standing there, the obligatory get out of the car, stand up, look around shot.
Yeah.
And there's like a biker, he's like,
oh, wow. I probably missed it because I'm still PTSDing over my motorcycle accident. But so look, this episode is split into two parts. It's about Tony and Meadow, and it's about Father Antontola, which is why the father I thought I told you is up there, and Carmela. There is no pussy on this show.
There's father cunt is on there.
Yep. There's no
but
Sopranos,
no big pussy.
There's no Polly Walnuts. There's no in there, but there's no there's none of the guys, none of the crew, none of them. Livia, none of them. Junior, none of them. They're not on the show.
Nope.
But somehow this was one of the greatest episodes. Whatever. I mean, look, the acting was superb. It was great. But scene one again, we see Meadow and Tony. Meadow says a joke about birth control. Tony gets pissed off, and then Meadow asks Tony why he didn't finish college. And he says something about his parents, not being the college type people or something like that. And he also says a weird dad joke that I don't remember. He did a couple of those in this episode, like dad jokes. One here and then one in the restaurant.
They ad-libbed?
So I don't know. I don't know if they were bad though. They were bad dad jokes.
I know right here he's like, we're Mace Manneman. Take two. We're waste management business.
Well, this is probably the best scene in the entire show. Is what you're talking about. Is when they're in the car.
Yeah.
Right. And look, they go right for it. We're 10 minutes into the episode. Not even 5 minutes. They're in the car, and Meadow just straight up asked Tony if he was in the mafia. Straight up,
the mafia, Dad.
Dad, are you in the mafia? And he looked at, and this is what I got in my notes. Tony looks like she just asked him if his dick fell off.
Yeah.
Like the look that he gave her was like, Whoa, what? Like,
yeah.
the last person on earth he expected to have to answer that to.
Here's the thing, and there's only one person here that can answer if anybody's dick has ever fallen off, and that is the man who is indeed shaped like the head of a dick that has fallen off.
Yes. Yes.
There is Captain Head a lot. Captain Head a lot. He's more of an ASMR guy.
I like to call him Mr. Just the Tip.
Yeah. Mr. Just the Tip.
So she asked that, and Tony says, just like a dad.
My stuff.
Yeah. Just like a dad, Tony says, that's total crap. Where did you hear that? Meadow basically says she figured it out because he randomly goes out at 3 a.m. And Tony says, doesn't Doc Cusimano go out at 3 a.m. for a call? Meadow replies, did the Cusimano kids ever find 50,000 in Krugerrand and a 45 automatic when hunting for Easter eggs?
How's my teeth look right now, dude?
Do it. I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's all right.
Check
this is when Tony says, and he's kind of pissed off at her. This is when he says that he's in the waste management business, and just because you're in the waste management business, everybody thinks you're mobbed up. It's an unfair stereotype.
If there's anything in my teeth for the viewers out there, I apologize.
I don't.
Damn. All right.
I don't. He then says there is no mafia. Meadow gives him like a look like, okay, you're lying to me. And he finally caves in a little bit, and he says some of the money that they have is from illegal gambling. And she still gives him the like, yeah, right, like fuck you look. And then she kind of caves in and goes, well, at least you're not denying it like mom does. And that some of the kids think it's, and this pissed me off. Some of the kids in school think it's kind of neat. And Tony goes, oh, yeah, like The Godfather, right? And she says, no, Casino. What?
It's Patreon time, to be honest with you.
Oh, shit.
Patreon.com/SopranBros. SopranBros. You can go there and support your favorite SopranBros. And I can tell you this, because you guys have been asking for it. There are 3 tiers on there. Feel free to support us with one. Feel free to donate to us with another and get shout outs in the video. And then if you are one of the absolute top tier, big dick swinging people out there, there's the top tier for you. Please go over there, patreon.com/SopranBros. There will be a graphic put up by Mr. Christopher Wylde. And go check that out. Please let us know what you think of the show and support us so we can keep doing this and adding more and more content to the channel. Chris?
Yeah, and don't be an Artie Bucco and just be there for no reason.
Don't be an Artie Bucco and be there for no reason. Okay?
Which is what he was in this movie. He was just there.
He was. Oh, that's Artie.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck you, Artie. How about that?
Absolutely.
Oh, bitch. Yeah.
Casino.
Yeah.
That's my least favorite of all my mob movies that I've watched. Casino?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, that would have been relatively close to her age group, but I mean, Goodfellas is too, right?
Yeah,
Goodfellas same time period.
Too. Yep. Casino. It's not really a mob movie. Casino. I wonder if David Chase put in there to piss us off because it pissed me off.
David Chase, I think, enjoys pissing on people's graves.
Wow. What a statement. It's going to make TMZ.
Yeah. You heard it here first, motherfucker. ZacTheRipper.com.
They're going to be like, yo, did you hear ZacTheRipper.com? said that David Chase is pissing on people's graves, and then it's gonna multiply.
Yep.
So we see something in this next scene that you can't find anymore.
Hold on. My next note was my bowl was dancing, and that's more entertaining than fucking Meadows acting. So if you're not exactly sure what I'm speaking about, the bowl that was holding my kush,
yes,
it's not a bowl, it's a bowl.
Yeah,
it was dancing. So I'm holding it in my hand, and for some reason it was dancing as I'm trying to watch it was dancing in my hand. You act like this is so strange, but you weren't there. So the bowl's dancing, and I'm like trying to watch the show. Bowl's dancing. I'm trying to watch the show, but the bowl's dancing. I'm trying to watch the show. And I was like, you know what? This is better than the acting we're getting from Meadow. I know she's young, but that's no excuse. Kevin McAllister did it. I mean, the babies in Look Who Talking were using full sentences.
I'm a failure as a big brother. I mean, look at her.
And I'm kidding myself.
I try and teach her how to crawl, and she's bouncing around like a cocker spaniel.
The babies in Look Who Talking. You're right.
Yeah.
Is that the ghetto version? Look Who Talking? Yo, look who talking.
Yo. It's MTV Zax.
Look who talking. So it's funny that you mentioned her acting.
That's my rap name. Look who talking.
I mean, LWT.
Yo, this is Look Who Talking.
Yo, it's LWT. Here doing a show about the MOB. But you mentioned her acting, and it's funny because there's a story about
it's horrible,
about her telling James Gandolfini how nervous she was, and
right.
Gandolfini just saying, "Just look me in my eyes and act like we're having a conversation." So really, she wasn't acting; she was just talking, I guess. But the next scene, we see something that you can't find around here anywhere.
What's
what
that?
I'm talking about? That's that good old payphone. Remember that? Remember those things? Remember those payphones?
Yep.
Payphone Jones.
Payphone Jones.
And Tony gets him one. He starts talking to his girlfriend, his gumad, Ariana the Russian.
Better be careful, man. There's some people out
there. Easy. All right. Moving right along. She's pissed off because she says, "Tony, I am so pissed off I can bet."
Go ahead.
Tony,
What'd she say?
Tony, I am so pissed off I can barely see.
Dude, you didn't even say anything about like my beard. Cut this bad boy up. It's all gray and shit.
Oh shit! I didn't look. I was just happy to have you here. So look, here's the funny shit.
Love to love you, baby. Love to love you, baby.
Album 1, track 20.
Track 20.
Yo, MTV Zax. But she tells Tony she's so pissed she can barely see, and you know what Tony says? Why are you getting the flu? What? When you get the flu, you lose your eyesight? What the fuck is that?
That's because Tony's a guy that like never gets sick and doesn't understand when other people get sick.
What is that? COVID like 22 or something?
Yep, probably.
No, you're gonna lose your eyesight when you get this.
Lose your fucking eyesight, dude.
So she's pissed about a character that we won't see this season. Her cousin Svetlana, who has one. She's got one leg, and she talks about this chick's leg falling off, her fake leg, and her husband carrying her like a knight in white satin armor, which makes no sense.
Well, she's combining a couple things. You know what she's combining?
What's that?
So, you get saved by a knight in white armor, right? Isn't that the saying?
A knight in shiny armor.
Okay,
right?
knight in shining armor. Yeah,
shining armor. That's it. Yeah.
And then there's the Moody Blues song, "Knights in White Satin." Big like 60s fucking stoner like metal song from back then. And there's gonna be a lot of fucking geeks that are gonna say, "Oh, that's not metal." Hold on, that's not metal. That's not metal. That's not metal.
Okay. All right.
But it's a good song, and that's what she was confusing. Knights in White Satin with whatever we said the first time.
Oh shit! Wow. Well, that changes it all completely.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Shit, no, but it's I think there's.
Well, Chris, you know what you should fuck? You should fuck your wallet up. And here's what I'm thinking.
Oh no.
Yeah,
you're right.
Here's what I'm thinking. You go to patreon.com/SopranBros, right? SopranBros. You go on there. I gotta admit, I forgot to take down the Halloween deal.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's still up. So here's what you do. You want to fuck your wallet up, right? You want to fucking get into that wallet and like get it hard, right? You want to like really beat it up.
Yeah. I feel some soft porn music coming on right now.
Coming on is right.
Or that old Raw song. Down there. When Sonny would.
I
don't know what you're talking about.
No, I remember Sonny did the she was in the tub. It's rated whatever.
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I did. So look, you just go on patreon.com/SopranBros. You just look around a little bit. Just look around. There's nothing wrong with looking around. Right?
Just look at it. There's nothing wrong.
There's
just
some free stuff. You're probably watching this free, right?
Just look at it.
Just look at it. Do us a favor. Just look at it.
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, there's a few more blemishes on the car.
Oh my gosh, just look at it.
The car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that?
Would you look at that?
The Halloween $1 sale still up. It's going to take me a couple of days to take that down because I'm busy with other stuff, right? So here's what you do. You go in there, you slap that fucking card out or your PayPal, your Apple Pay. Just slap it around. You want to swing it around? There's a couple tiers to get you some actual fucking bonus stuff. You're not man enough. You're not chicken enough. We get it, but that's fine. You can get on that dollar teal. You can get on that dollar tier.
Love it.
What it does, it gives us, it helps us out. Gives us a thank you digital donation of sorts. Gets you some exclusive content also down the road. But yeah, go over there. Patreon.com/SopranBros. SopranBros. Chris Wylde.
It's awesome. And again, the SopranBros Patreon. I mean, it's one of those things that is great about life and about the world in today's age of COVID and the flu and all of that. This is something that can give you some extra comfort at night.
And here's the thing. The original idea for this show, just so you guys know, in full transparency, was in studio, Chris Wylde and I together on a set doing this. And obviously, because of the post-pandemic world that we are now in, one of the things we had to do was develop our own separate sets to do this show digitally, unfortunately. So we would love to get to that point at some point. Unfortunately, due to things that we all suffered through this, we're a little bit further out than we originally wanted to be. So until then, we do the show like this. We bring it to you hard. We bring it to you live,
always
to
hard.
tape.
Always
hard.
It's
always hard.
Always hard. Always fast. Always
I don't pull out.
Fucking yeah. This is everything.
Just,
And Zach, we're not even past the third scene yet. But but I got to tell you, man, I really think that if we get enough Patreon donations,
we can
go on vacation, dude. You and I.
I don't think that's what we should be using the money for.
But I mean, why not?
Because we have to promise.
Anthony said the cable box has to be on.
Sure, I'm doing it.
But let me tell you, our glass house couples could probably decorate in about 24 hours. They have to.
I mean, I think we're going to get arrested for this. We're going to get arrested.
That old guy.
Oh, no. No. I don't want to go there. I don't. Oh, no.
Why am I on there?
We're not.
What's that? A trial?
Oh, damn. Oh, man. That guy. There it is.
That's Bobby.
That's Bobby.
What the fuck is this?
Yes.
Yeah, the old
Julia,
guy was right.
it's not you.
And
It's a
yet,
TV
no
program.
one ever says.
Movie.
I wish I'd worked around the house more.
There we go. That's us.
Six Flags. It's
Who's
playtime.
us?
We could go there, dude.
Oh, we could go to Six Flags with our Patreon
Yes.
donations.
Yes.
You know,
We'll film it. We'll film it. They'll love it.
I gotta admit, Patreons. There's the two of you out there right now. Thank you. I was all on board for using your donations towards the show. Now I'm on board for just using them to go to Six Flags.
Yeah. And maybe we can, if we have enough, we might have some change to use a payphone like Tony. And after he gets done using the payphone with his girlfriend, he uses another quarter to call Carmela, who is sick in bed.
I'm sick of her.
But, me too. But when Tony is on the phone, he sees the main focal point of his story, and that is Mr. Fabian Febby Petrulio, aka the Rat, a former mobster who ratted out, I think, Tony's dad or somebody in the crew.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
And went under witness protection. I think this guy's supposed to be Henry Hill because
really,
because Tony tells Christopher later that the guy went to jail, got out, ratted on everybody, went witness protection, and then got out of witness protection and started doing book tours and shit. And if you remember, that's what Henry Hill did. So now the FBI can't protect him. So now he's in the free, and Tony sees him as he's talking to Carmela, and they actually make eye contact, the Rat and Tony. And Tony calls for Meadow. They get in the car, and they're actually chasing this dude in the car. Meadow's like, "Why are you driving like a lunatic?" And Tony's like, "I think I know that guy. I think he's a friend of mine." He thinks about driving past their motel, and then his judgment gets the better of him, and they go to this shitty motel.
That wasn't him.
Yeah, yep. Nope, wasn't him. So the backstory, the backstory of this episode is we're 5 episodes in. So they thought that the public was going to turn against Tony if they started to like him too much. Like if he was just this, because up until now he's been a good guy, good father, good. You haven't seen him do anything brutal. You haven't seen him be that side of the mob that isn't talked about. And now here he sees this guy and he's got to fucking kill this guy. HBO was concerned that it would actually do the opposite and make the crowd turn against him and go, he's a bad guy. But it worked out exactly how David Chase said it would, as we'll talk about. And as we just talked about, the next scene is in the Bada Bing. It's the only time you see the Bada Bing, and Christopher is the only other regular that's in there. He's pissed off because the phone rings. It fucks up his pool game. And it is raining its ass off. And Tony wants Chris to call from a payphone. So now Chris has to leave and go in this fucking rainstorm. And it is raining to the point where he's soaked when he goes out.
Yeah.
Like it can never be easy for him.
Nope.
Ever. We go to the bedroom and AJ, little fat bitch.
No.
Who,
Go ahead.
Who, as I told you in a text, he's actually right now the same age that James Gandolfini was when they started the pilot. It's crazy.
That's wild.
It is no pun intended. It is insane. So AJ brings Carmela this breakfast. Did you notice the breakfast? Did you notice this thing?
All I noticed was that this little fat ass bitch was spilling shit.
But he's a lazy dumbass too, because the egg wasn't cooked.
Yeah.
He just put an egg on a plate.
Yeah. I thought you wanted it poached.
Yeah, it was. And she's like, she's kind of done.
Yeah.
She tells him to go play Nintendo.
Yup. Nintendo Bros.
Yep, Nintendo Bros. Why don't you go play Nintendo? I gotta ask you, like, if it's February 7th, 1999, and your mother, who you gave a shitty breakfast to as she's sick in bed, told you to go play Nintendo, what game do you think you'd be playing in February 7th, 1999?
Absolutely WCW NWO Revenge.
N64.
100. Yeah, N64.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
she
yeah,
said go
yeah.
play Nintendo 64.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
Bang, Yep, absolutely. We go to the payphone again, and Chris is fucking just drenched, dude. He looks like a wet rat.
I loved this conversation, though.
Yes.
This conversation had a lot of backstory, and it just felt so natural. Like, it just felt, the conversation he had with Christopher felt so natural, like that it wasn't exposition, that it was actual dialogue.
Yeah, and I almost feel like it was, in a way. Tony tells him about Fabian Petrulio, is basically asked him to get some, see if he can get the plates, because Tony got this guy's fucking license plates. And it's funny because Tony told him that Fabian made a wooden bust of Frank Sinatra that sits in their office. And Christopher says, for Jackie Aprile, and Chris says he thought it was Shaquille O'Neal, not Frank Sinatra. So
what the fuck?
Fucking Shaquille O'Neal looks nothing like him. Now here comes a part of the episode where I hate. Look, although we talk about Brendan Filone, I hated him. We talk about Livia, I hate her too. This guy takes a fucking cake for me, man. I can't. I feel bad about this because, okay, he's not a real priest, but leave it to the Sopranos to make you hate a priest. I cannot stand, for the life of me, Father Phil. Father Phil. I can't take it.
I have a different name for him.
Oh, I love it. Give it to me.
James Vapor.
Well, people won't understand that reference, but yeah, he does look like former independent wrestling star James Vapor.
Star, wow.
But this is the first episode where Father Phil is played by Phil Schlutz.
Yeah.
He was originally portrayed by Michael Santoro in the pilot. This guy, Paul Schlutz, is a fucking Schlutz.
Yeah, he's an absolute ass cream coming from a dick battered Wayne Canal.
Yes, but what makes it so David Chase and this casting is so perfect because this guy does exactly what he wants you to do. He annoys you. That's what they wanted. He is so annoying, and it's pouring outside. There's this bad weather in Jersey, and Father Phil comes at the door out of nowhere. He just comes to their house
for no reason at nighttime as it's pouring. There's no lights on.
And then here comes Saint Carmela. She tries to act like she's all, she's a saint, this and that. She goes to the bathroom and gets done like she's getting ready to go on a date.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is that?
Cooks an absolute full fucking blah, 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 whatever it's called.
In my notes, I have literally it says "fuck Father Phil."
Nice.
I must have been so mad.
Yeah.
And here we go with our Sopranos menu, right? This is our Sopranos
here he is.
food menu. This asshole comes in and tells Carmela he's sorry, but he has a Jones for her baked ziti.
Yeah, come on.
She says she has some in the freezer, and he says he likes it better like that. And I say, my next note says, "Fuck you, Phil."
Yeah.
You like it better? Who likes frozen baked ziti, dude? You like it better like
Here's
that?
the thing.
I like the way the cheese melts when you reheat it. Fuck you, Phil.
Oh, you like the way the fucking cheese melts when you reheat it? I don't like the way the fucking cheese melts when you reheat it, motherfucker.
Fight me. Fight, Phil, fight.
Sopran'Bro.
It's got the little gimmick.
Sopran'Bros, I think you're underestimating this. There's you motherfuckers out there. We're all pieces of shit. You're pieces of shit. It's just a matter of admitting it to yourself. We've admitted it to ourselves.
We have. Some people will not. They won't. They need
Can
to.
you admit it to yourself that you are a piece of shit?
I mean, think about it. I'm sitting here saying, fuck Father Phil. Father Phil.
Yeah.
He asked for wine, And then he out of nowhere asks about Tony and Meadow. Oh, how are they doing? Not here. Okay. So we go to this restaurant in Maine, and Tony and Meadow have this talk. He puts her over. She says, "Well, you're putting me over. You're kind of. I know you got to be up. You got to be up to something." And,
I can't, Chris. Before you get to the finish of that,
yeah,
this restaurant scene is lit very differently. I'm sure there's a story to it, and in my notes, I made sure to tell myself to ask you, "What's the word Thunderbird McGee Wylde?"
What's the word Thunderbird McGee Wylde?
Yeah. Like,
And
what's
that
the word on this restaurant being lit differently?
I don't know why it's lit like that. I have no idea, but I know what you're talking about. It's very
like they didn't bring any lighting in. It's like they used natural lighting, and it was a dim restaurant.
I feel like they want Maine to look, I don't
Dim.
know, like a
Rainy.
shitty little town, like with the motel. Now with this, some of the shops.
You know, it's not a shitty little town. Natick, Massachusetts.
I agree. It's Natick's okay. A lot of good stories from that town. But Tony asks Meadow how like all the mob stuff is like sitting with her, and she says she was 90% sure. And then he asks if AJ knows. She says no because he's a little fat bitch. And Tony says that there was a time when Italian people didn't have a lot of opportunities, and Meadow fires right back with, "Oh, you mean like Mario Como, who was the mayor of New York then?" So
I think it was Mario Comb Over.
Oh, maybe
Mario Comb Over. I got to chime in, dude.
Yes.
Anybody that wears fucking chopsticks in their hair to an Asian cuisine restaurant, fuck you.
Absolutely.
Meadow had chopsticks in her hair. They weren't even cool.
Nope. Were they ever in any time frame?
Probably as cool as my dick. Has that ever been cool?
Maybe for like a time in 2006, but other than that, probably not.
Maybe. I don't know.
And Tony says he considers himself a rebel, right? And then he says maybe being a rebel in his family would be selling patio furniture. And he starts with the dad jokes again. Dude, I can't. And then I'm gonna hurry up past this. Meadow tells Tony about the speed. He freaks out. She won't give up Christopher though. And then they have a coming together where, oh, we trust each other, and it's a nice little scene. But these dad jokes, man, like I can't take it with him and the dad jokes, dude. So I brought a couple dad jokes here.
Okay.
I want to ask you if you ever heard any. So let's. How about?
Are they appropriate for the podcast?
I think so.
Okay. Just checking.
What's the Nevada city where all the dentists visit?
Chrome Tone.
Las Vegas. How do you make holy water? This has something to do with the podcast, Father Bill. How do you make holy water?
Crotch chop it.
You boil the hell out of it. Oh, you ready? All right. This one. It's the last one. It's the last one.
All right.
I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I was tripping all day. But
I like that one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It was all right. But the next scene, we go back to the Soprano house where Father Phil is making a fire, dude. Making a fire in another man's house. He's a priest. What is happening? And then Carmela starts talking shit on Tony. It says, those logs have been sitting there since Lincoln split them. Like, come on, man. Like, what this? Why did this have to be in it? Why am I such not a fan of this? Like, who is a fan of how this is going down? How could this be emanated for a fucking Emmy?
Well, it's not emanated, first of all. It's nominated.
Nominated. That's what I said, didn't I?
No, you said emanated.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Rewind. Go back. I don't know. Maybe that's what I said. But you get it.
Yeah. I don't either. I think people really enjoy the dichotomy of what Tony's doing versus what she's doing. To me, what she's doing sucks. To me, what Tony does with other women sucks. But it's like I don't want to see Tony and his daughter like this. And like they could have made it a really fun trip as a viewer of a TV show. They could have done some really cool stuff, and they really didn't. Like Tony was just boring in the episode, in my opinion. And Carmela was very annoying.
Very.
She's still trying to keep up this holier than thou thing.
Yep.
Pun intended.
Yeah. When she's just as bad, if not a little worse.
Well, she doesn't murder.
Maybe she doesn't do anything. Okay, you're right.
Murder? Not doing anything. Yeah.
Leave a comment below on what you think's worse, just not doing anything or murder.
Murder. You got a point. You do have a point. I don't understand this next scene because it's so unbelievable to me. Meadow goes to the fucking bathroom and comes out with 5 best friends from this college.
Yeah.
And I understand Tony's trying to get away from her so he can check out this dude.
Yeah.
But he's just like, yeah, go ahead. Why don't you go out? Get to know something. And that's that. And then Tony goes out to the fucking payphone again. Chris gives him the plate info. They find out this guy's name is now Frederick Peters. That should have been my name. That's his new name. It's not Fetty Petrulio anymore. It's Frederick Peters. Mm-hmm. And I love this line by Tony here, as Chris is soaked again and absolutely pissed off. Tony says, "You chose this life, remember? If you don't like it, play for the fucking Yankees." Like, you know what I mean?
Like, what the fuck are you gonna do realistically?
Yeah. So we go back to this annoying piece of shit kind of thing. Yeah. There it is. There it is. That's exactly the noise I made when this Father Phil scene came.
Oh my God.
He knows that what he's doing. He understands that he is like what do you call it? A welcher, moocher, whatever. So he says, yeah, that works. So he says to Carmela, "You think I'm a Yiddish schnorrer, someone who comes over just for grub?" And Carmela goes, "Oh, you're a man. You men like to eat." The phone
Which is her saying, like, I want to feed my man. Like, I want to feed. Stupid. Yeah, fucking dumb.
So the next thing that happens is a major plot point. As
plot,
the phone
plot. Everybody.
Okay. The phone rings and it's Melfi making a cameo here.
Oh yeah, that was good.
She's sick. She asked for Tony to reschedule an appointment. Now at this point, Carmela thinks that Tony's therapist is a dude, because that's kind of what he told her. And this
is what she assumed, and he didn't untell.
Yes, and so now she finds out Melfi is a woman, and Melfi's like, "I'm going to give you my number. Do you want me to give you my number?" And Carmela says, "I lost my pencil up his ass," and hangs up. She thinks he's screwing Melfi, and this is what I put in my notes. Carmela thinks Tony is screwing Melfi as she is on a date with Father fucking Phil.
Yep.
Make it make sense to me. It doesn't. And they're housing this wine, dude. They are they are drinking this wine. Like, I mean, I can't remember.
3 bottles, right? 3 or 4 bottles
at least. But they are just, I mean, taking it to the head. Any notes from that?
Nah, fuck them.
So we go to the rat's house, Fabian, and it's a real different kind of. This was shot different. It was like a voyeuristic type.
Yep.
Real weird view of Tony spying on this guy as he's in a hot tub with his hot wife. Tony looks like he's about to make a move, and then the daughter comes out. It's like a young daughter. Dog barks, and Tony takes off. And now Fabian knows that he's being looked after, like that Tony is trying to come get him.
Yep.
I laughed earlier because the next scene, they're at the house, and my first note is Phil is eating like a pig because he's just annihilating this food that she has out for him. another menu item. This other menu item, Phil says, these red pepper plates. I mean, just whatever, dude. They start talking about religion. Phil says that everything Jesus has said added up only comes to 2 hours. So everything that Jesus ever said, you add all that up, it's only 2 hours. And Carmela looks at him like, you're an idiot. Like, you're fucking stupid. She then says the Beatles songs added up are only to 10 hours. That's what she relates Jesus to the Beatles.
Beatles suck.
I agree. There's a couple good songs, and then I don't know, man. Father Phil could care less.
ZachTheRipper.com if you want to argue about it.
Yeah, I'm sure he will argue with this. So Phil eats, and then he wants to leave, man. He's ready to go after he's done eating. And Carmela tells him to stay. He remarks about Emma Thompson in some movie they're about to watch. And Carm says, I didn't know you looked at women like that. And he said a line, and guys, you can use this on your girls. It's not bad. He says a line about, it's no different than looking at a sunset or God's handiwork as looking at a woman. So you guys get that for free. I should have saved that for Patreon.
Should have.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/SopranBros.
We go to this garage. Petrulio is asking the guy about Tony. He's going to try to fucking get Whack Tony first.
His dumbass hairpiece he's wearing. His hair's so fake.
He's the worst. I hate it.
Fake ass hair. You know who he looks like with that bald ass fucking head?
I don't know. Oh, there he is. There he is. Mr. Just the Tip. Go ahead. So it looks like Petrulio's in the same restaurant that Tony left Meadow in. And then Tony finds out that this guy has a travel agency. That's where he works. I ask you, if you watched this back in 1999 for the first time, or when you watched it for the first time, did you ever think that this guy was going to get a hold of Meadow? Did you ever think that? Like, oh shit, he's at the restaurant that Meadow is?
No.
I don't think I felt that way either.
No. And Peter's travel, more like Peter's dick.
Peter's travel, more like Peter's dick. I like it.
I had in my notes here.
Oh man. So the rat. So Fabian goes to the Tony's motel. He sees what room they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thing. On this sheet is all the people in the rooms, their names that they signed in.
Yeah.
Why? How does Tony Soprano, mob boss, not use an alias?
I know.
What?
That's the reason they're staying at a piece of shit motel.
Yeah.
Holiday Inn. If your girl don't like the man, well then I'm gonna take her in.
Exactly. I don't understand it, man. It doesn't make sense to me.
I just gotta say, I think you were on point for that duet.
I think I was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think I've been told I got the voice of an angel.
Yeah, I would go at least 9-1, 9-2.
Yeah, I think I thought about trying out for American Idol for something. I just don't have the time for it.
That's true.
The interviews that would come out of that, I don't have the time for that.
That's very true.
Yeah, so
you would be very busy if you got interviewed after being on American Idol because of your voice, because of the duet that we did together.
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
That's how a lot of these guys get found now. Is on YouTube.
It's crazy.
I would love to send them like a mixtape of all your songs that you sung on this.
I think we should. I think Patreon. We should make people on Patreon pay for it.
You can't lose.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got now. Phil is still drinking. He's drinking white wine now, not red wine, and they are sitting uncomfortably close on the couch watching this movie. Like they are. If they didn't have clothes on, they would be penetrating each other. That's how close they were. Carmela starts to cry at the movie.
Penetration alert. First time ever on SopranBros.
First time ever.
Penetration.
First time ever. First time ever.
The world premiere. Penetration alert.
Penetration for all you motherfuckers.
So anyway, so Carmela tells Phil that she's a horrible person. I agree. They then do a back-to-back confessional.
That was even worse because it was like similar to like Ghost and Coneheads, and
man,
it was sexy for her.
But Phil looks at her so creepy, like he wants to have sex with her.
Oh yeah.
Carmela says, "I haven't truly confessed in 20 years. I've allowed what I know is evil in my house because it's easy and I wanted things, money."
Exactly. Admit it.
I'm so ashamed.
Stood by next to murder.
It's only a matter of time before God compensates me with rage for my sins.
Yeah.
So she's like, if you couldn't tell that impression, I was doing her crying. She was crying, and we go outside of, you know what that motel was called?
Shrinked her in.
Motel? It should have been. It was called the Odinoki Motel. I don't know where they got that from.
Oh, I think that's Shane Miller's favorite Japanese wrestler.
Maybe.
I think that's his favorite Japanese wrestler.
Odinoki.
Shane Malice, I should say. Shane Malice. That's his favorite Japanese wrestler. Odinoki. Wrestler.
When Carmela says, and I guess this is cool for David Chase, when Carmela says it's only about a matter of time for God compensates me for my sins, the very next scene, right after that last word, is the rat cocking his gun. So he's outside of this motel. Tony's bringing home a drunk ass Meadow.
Hey, I watched What About Bob earlier.
I haven't never watched that.
You've never watched What About Bob?
Mm-mm.
All right. You should check it out, and then we'll talk about it on Patreon exclusively. How about
we could
that?
definitely do that.
All right, keep going there, buddy.
So the rat's watching Meadow and Tony. He looks like he has a shot, and he kind of hesitates. An old couple comes out, kind of runs him away. We go back to the house. Carmela's a mess, crying on this couch. Phil looks like he does not want to be there. He looks like he just wants to leave. There ain't no food. He wants.
Plus, he mixed red and white. His stomach's upset.
Yeah, absolutely. He tells her she has to put an end to the behavior, and God will forgive her. She still believes Tony can be a good man, and Phil then says that they should do communion, and he has all his stuff because he's a creep. So they're about to have communion.
Oh, in the fucking grossest way possible.
This was the most cringeworthy scene in Sopranos history, maybe in TV history.
Yeah.
Carm takes communion in the weirdest sexual way I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then Father Phil, dumbass bitch, drinks all of the communion wine.
Yeah.
What?
Because he just wants to get drunk.
I hate this guy. That's what I say in my notes. I hate this guy.
Yeah.
Then they hug each other.
Absolute dork.
Tony is talking to Chris on this payphone again, and Chris wants to book a flight to come down there. Tony tells him to stay. This is his call. This is his thing. And Chris says he's a soldier and is doing his duty. Killing a famous rat would put him a cunt hair away
from being a made man.
A made man. And Tony basically says, "Nah, this is my call."
Yeah.
We go back to the house. Carm and Phil are sleeping.
Wait, real quick. You know what Tony says to Meadow that had me fucking cracking up? And again, I was high as fuck.
Go ahead.
But had me cracking up. She gets in the car. He's like, "You want to stop and get a beer?" And then did like the dad thing where he, because she's hungover as hell. And I loved it.
It was awesome.
I lost it. I loved it.
Oh, you want to get a beer?
Yeah.
So Carmela and Phil are sleeping. AJ's phone call wakes them up. Carmelo Anthony. Phil's rubbing Carmela's back. It looked like they're about to kiss. And I put in caps in my notes. And Phil gets fucking sick. Throwing up.
Like a bitch. Like
For some reason, a little, I don't, God forgive me. Yeah. Carmela then calls Tony for some reason and hangs up. Like he's not going to be at the motel. She knows he's with the daughter. He's not out cheating.
But she thought, there's part of her that thought.
Stupid. Well, she's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
The morning comes, the rat stalking Tony. Tony drops Meadow off to college and then takes off because now it's time for him to finally get this guy.
Yeah.
We go back to the house, and this was weird to me because Phil wakes up and Carmela's pissed, and I'm wondering what's she pissed about. Is she pissed because he fell asleep? Because she couldn't have sex with him? She couldn't cheat on her husband with him? Or is she pissed because of their actions? I don't know, but she looked pissed anyway. Phil gets scared to death when he realizes his car was outside the whole night, and people are probably going to tell Tony.
Absolutely.
And then she says, of all the famous priests in the world, why did I have to get the one that was straight? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Stop. It's so unlikable. We get to this travel agency. The rat's sitting there trying to hire these crackheads, heroin addicts, to take out Tony, and they basically tell him to go fuck themselves. He sees a deer. One of the crackheads says, "Fuck you, fuckwad." I don't know if that was a thing in the 90s.
I mean, maybe in like 93, but these crackheads probably didn't advance past 93.
No. Fuck you, fuckwad. The guy hears something outside. He thinks it's Tony. It's a deer. He's relieved. And then Tony goes from behind him and strangles him.
Yup.
The rat calls Tony Teddy.
Oh, yes, he does.
And he tries to say he could have killed him, but he didn't because of Meadow. And Tony says, you know something about us wise guys, the hustle never ends. Tony strangles him, makes sure he is dead.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
An absolute brutal scene. And then Tony looks at those ducks.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Yeah.
What's he say? What's he say?
Doesn't he just say the hustle never ends?
No.
What I missed it then.
He says, Jimmy says hello from hell.
Oh, yeah. Good one. That's right. Yep.
That's a fucking shirt. SopranBros say hello from hell. My dick says hello from hell.
And the thing was, again, David Chase was like, okay, we've showed you Tony, the nice guy, the fucking family guy. Now here he is. Saw the guy's daughter.
Yep.
And everything. And he strangles the shit out of him. Brutal scene. Tony
cuts his own hands up.
Yes. Tony picks Meadow up from college, tells her a bullshit story about where he was. She calls bullshit on it. Sees his dirty shoes, sees the cuts.
I had a thought here when she called bullshit on it. You know, they're doing the prequel stuff with these movies and then probably going into a show as a prequel. What if we go into a sequel also where Meadow has now taken over the waste management
thought
business?
that. Dude, I thought that. Here's my thinking, and I don't want to go too far off the rails. But the way The Sopranos ends, when she's running in late, here's my thinking: the whole family's murdered, except for her because she runs in late. She sees it, and I think she takes over. And she's married, or about to get married to the one mob guy's son, the one guy in Tony's crew's son,
Jackie Jr.
No, Jackie's dead.
That's what I thought.
What's his name? I haven't seen it in a while.
Me either.
It'll come to me, but
there's proof that you know that we have not seen it in a long time.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. I think that's that, and she has the mind for it, and she's been about it since the beginning.
I think we should save this as a topic for one of these live streams we have coming up.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, where we actually deep dive on a what if situation.
Well, I agree. That'd be absolutely perfect. Stuff like this. But Meadow goes into college for this interview, and Tony looks up and sees a sign that says, "No man can wear one face to himself and another to the multitude without finally getting bewildered as to which may be true." Which is funny because it's him. That's him. So I want to, before we get to the last scene, actually, you know what? We'll get to this last scene real quick. And Tony goes home, sees Carmela. Carmela tells Tony right away about Father Phil, because he ate all the ziti. Then tells Tony that Father Phil stayed the night. Tony laughs it off, and he says, "You know what? This is too fucked up for me to even think about." He then says, "What did you guys do all night? Play Name That Pope?" So he's like laughing this shit off, and Carmela tells him about the communion, and he goes, "Oh, I bet he gave you communion." And he says, "So he stays the whole night and only slips you a wafer?" Tony laughs, and then he says, "He's a fag, all right, because otherwise I'd have to question what the fuck I'm hearing." And then Carmela says, tells Tony that Jennifer called, and you see her walk off, and Tony chases her. "Come on, Carl.
Come on." Yeah.
It's just therapy. We just talk. Fade to black. So again, guys, this was not one of my favorite episodes.
I didn't like it was very sitcomish with the fucking, oh, come on, and then fade to black. That wasn't Sopranos.
No, and again, without the other characters, and without it just, I can appreciate A. Falco's acting and crying and all that, whatever. It just wasn't very, like, the basic thing about it is Tony killed the guy when he was off taking his daughter to college. That's the bread and butter of it, all right? I mean, like, that's it. To me, and I'm going to give my rating right now, it's a friggin' 2 out of 5. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I can't. Yeah, doom. I can't do it. It's just, like, I cringed when I knew this episode was coming up because I never liked it. And I was like, man, here, gotta do this. Gotta sit through this. I just never liked it. Okay, Dad, were you in the Mafia? Yeah, okay. That was a cool interaction there. You could have put that in another episode. You could have had Paulie. You could have had Pussy. You could have had all these guys. But it is what it is. And apparently I don't know shit because everybody raves about it. But what I wanted to bring to you real quick is a little game that I came up with.
Chris Wylde, I didn't give my score real quick, my friend.
Give your score. I'm sorry.
While you're opening up your flower for the world to see on the internet, I actually went with a 1 out of 5.
Nice. I respect that. Dope.
Look, I love Tony Soprano. I love Edie Falco. The characters. I know I'm mixing real with fake here, but don't get triggered, Chris.
Oh shit.
But I just I didn't want fucking an hour of the priest Carmela stuff. Nope. They could have had another story. Think about if they would have had a like a Paulie Pussy investigate something, intertwining with some comedy, like when they went to the Starbucks and stuff.
Yeah.
Do something like that, intertwining. It was just way too long of some boring stuff. Meadow at this point in the show, despite our theory as to the future, is still very, very annoying. Her acting, the priest is an absolute piece of fucking shit.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember right now, but the scene they used in the credits is my dick.
Oh, I don't remember that either. Yeah. But I agree. But yeah, and all these characters, they're just not likable to me.
No.
And it's not like a good, like, not likable. It's
correct.
Like,
go away, Heat.
Yeah, it's like, man, I don't want to. I want to fast forward.
Rest in peace.
Man. So what's this
game, bro?
This is a little thing I put together because we all know Meadow's going to college. He's got to be interviewed. Colleges ask a lot of questions. So I want to ask you some of these college questions and see what your answers will be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Similar to the questions I asked you earlier.
And this is basically the Sopran'Bros. Are you smarter than a college student?
Yes, absolutely.
So, with old Rip over there, let's go to it. I got a couple questions. They're not bad. Number 1, which language is the most widely spoken in South America?
Oh. So you got to go with the Americanized English because Americanized people are the widest people. So the most widest used language is going to be the Americanized English.
So the correct answer is Spanish.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, it's close.
Number 2, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were the first 2 men in the entire world to do what? This is easy.
Create an atmosphere.
Well, if by create an atmosphere you mean walk on the moon, correct. Number 3, communities are where who lives, works, and plays.
Is that a statement or a question?
It's a question. Communities are where who lives, works, and plays.
Jim Neidhart's dead, my friend. I mean, I don't...
I need an answer.
Okay, one more time.
Okay. Communities are where who lives, works, and plays. It's a question. Not a man named who.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with the squirrels.
That's wrong too. You're 0 for 3. The correct answer is people.
Oh,
Okay.
That's okay.
For the fourth question on Are You Smarter Than a College Student? Who were the first people in America? Who were the first people in America?
Well, see, that's a tough question because it wasn't named America before the English people came.
So who were? I guess just so who were the first people on the land that is now known as America?
The Native Americans.
Correct. Absolutely correct.
5 out of 5.
The Statue of Liberty is a gift from where?
France.
Correct again.
Oh my God, 6 out of 6.
What? Well, no, not. I think we're
6 out of 6.
We're 2 for 4. What country did Mexico gain its independence from in the 1800s?
Bulgaria.
It was actually Spain. Last 2 questions here. Who invented the light bulb?
Doug Flutie.
No, really. Who invented the light bulb? You know this. Come on. Bing. Hold on a second. Oh, no, you can't Google it.
Oh. It's Thomas Jefferson.
No, it's Thomas Edison. Thomas Jefferson,
Isn't...
signed the Constitution.
Yeah, but Thomas Edison was busy doing some other shit.
Last question. Thomas Edison was busy doing other shit. Okay. So he let Thomas Jefferson invent the light bulb. Hey, now I gotta do some shit. I got shit to do. Take care of this. Oh man. What are the 2 main languages spoken in South America?
Well, the first one has to be Spanish.
Yes, because that was from the one.
Correct. And the second is going to be Portuguese.
Holy shit! How did you know that?
Yeah.
You didn't know who could invent the fucking light bulb?
Yeah. Come on. Clap for me.
Oh my god.
8 out of 8.
We're looking at, I think you got 3 out of 5.
8 out of
However, as always on SopranBros, there's always a twist, right? There's
always a twist. Ooh, what's a twist?
So I kind of lied to you a little bit here.
Oh, here we go.
I told you that this segment was called
SopranBros Get Attitudes.
SopranBros, Are You Smarter Than a College Student?
Yes.
It was actually SopranBros. Are you smarter than a first grader? Our first grade question, dude. Oh boy. So we have learned today that the college episode sucks. And we have also learned today that Zac The Ripper Comics is cushed up on that Kush is not, in fact, smarter than a first grader.
I mean, the only thing I feel like I have left to do is just drown my sorrows in Patreon. Patreon? Probably patreon.com/SopranBros, honestly.
Probably. I mean, it's the only thing left to do now.
Yeah.
At this point. But yeah, just amazing. I mean, look, there's going to be some live streams coming out. We're really going to hop on the shit. That's what she said. We got some business to take care of as far as our SopranBros karaoke, as far as our live streams, as far as some of these. And look, these episodes coming up are fucking kick ass.
Yeah, they are.
I can't wait. So much great shit to add to these episodes. So many different games that we have to play. There's another Rorschach test involved somewhere, I hear. A little bit different than the last one.
Oh.
I'm so excited and amped up. And I'm just happy that I'm past this fucking episode, man.
Yeah.
Because
I was
just so bad. It was so bad. But and the fact that I leave today knowing that and actually tomorrow I'm gonna get this tattoo work done. One of the things, every time it hurts, I'm gonna think about how my best friend knows that in South America you speak Spanish and Portuguese, but doesn't know who invented the light that is in his house.
I will tell you, in my life,
the
former
there's been heartache and pain,
and I don't know
if I can face it again. Yes.
Don't stop now.
Keep going.
I've traveled so far.
Fuck yeah, go.
No, I got nothing. I've had some respiratory issues lately. I got nothing.
Well, who ends a song like that? Can you imagine you go to a concert? Like, listen, guys, I've had some.
Axl Rose does. And my water's empty.
Oh man, well, we're about done here, guys. Look, this has been awesome, Zach.
It has been.
Yeah. Again, I can't wait for next episode coming up here. Very interesting episode. Then we got it's Pax Soprano is what it's called. And I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait to hook up again. Not in a gay way, you know. So with that being said, everybody, today on Father, I Thought I Told You. We got this guy over. Wait, over. Nope. How do I do over here?
There you go. Oh,
it's yeah. There you go. Yeah. He's ZacTheRipper.com. Zac The Ripper Comics. Yo, MTV Zax. The man, the myth, the KUSH legend.
Keep going. Keep going.
This is the Sopran'Bros. We're out.